Okay, so I'm working on the high drum. I'm going to put the seals in, the new seals. There's one that goes on the inside here, and here it is here. Just a little tip, don't do what I did. I took the old one, put it there like that. Now how do you tell them apart? It's not that easy. Which is the new one, which is the old one, so the only way I could figure, if you go like this, this one's a little bit harder, so this one bounces right back, so I'm assuming this is the new one. So what we'll do, there's a lip on this, I don't know if you can see it or not, probably not, but it has to face down. So I'm going to take some of my Vaseline here as an assembly lube, smear it on where the seal goes. You can use transmission fluid as well for this. Put some on the seal. Okay, now the trick is to get it in without twisting it. Okay, here we go. Put the new lip seal on the piston. The piston goes this way and the lip seal has to face down. So same thing, we're going to get some Vaseline in there. And I already had a new bushing put in here in the drum. See it right there, it has a Teflon coating. Okay, so it goes like this. The seal should be easier to put in. Make sure that's in there. Okay, so now this piston has to go in the drum. Now the only problem is this outer lip seal might be a little bit hard to get in, so I may have to get a feeler gauge, so I'm going to just lube up this area as well. Might help that seal slide in there. Give it a try. So I got all the springs put in. They're being held in there with a little bit of Vaseline. So now I have to take this retainer, put it over top. Now this has to be compressed so they can get the snap ring in. So I'll probably do that off camera, get it all set up, and I'll show you when it's done. Install the clutches into the high drum. First there is what you call the thrust washer. Put some Vaseline on that just to hold it. You notice I have my towel out. Have to have that. Okay, so that's in.
shot of transmission fluid. Okay, so now I'm going to start out with a wavy washer. We're going to go with the steel. Now these have notches on them, and I don't really see what they're for. There's no mention of it in the book. It looks like they go in any direction. Okay, that's the steel. Now clutches have been soaking. Clutch. I will line these all up to the same notches. Clutch. Steel. Clutch. Steel. Okay. Now, this hub, probably could have put that in to begin with. We'll see how it goes here. It has to line up with the clutches. Okay, there we go. Now there is a thrust bearing, thrust washer. Goes like that. So here's the sun gear. Goes in there. And sun gear goes in there. Now for the snap ring. Make sure that that's in. Okay. That clutch pack is installed. Okay, I just want to show you this here. This is the shaft, the input shaft that goes into the gear, the sun high clutch drum. Goes in this way. And it has to mesh up with the clutches, so it's turning. Clutches are turning inside the drum, but there's something that's not super clear on the instructions. This here is called the wetting band, why they call it that, and it goes on the shaft like this, and it hits on this shoulder right here. So in the instructions it says to lube this up and just put it in here, alright, like that. So now, say we go to put the shaft in, You know, like, doesn't seem to stay in there. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do it this way. Put the wedding band on and push it in like that. I guess that's like a bushing as well. The instructions weren't very clear on it, but anyway, it's got to be the way it goes. And then this whole unit is going to go into the planetary. Alright, show you that in a few minutes. I'm going to put the high clutch drum and the input shaft into the planetary. Now there is a bearing that goes in between those two. If I showed you this or not, but a bit of Vaseline on there. Line it up. Give this a bit of a shot of transmission fluid. Now this whole drum and shaft go in here. You have to mesh that sun gear with the planetary gears. There we go. So now the shaft and clutch drum are in there. Turns freely. Now if I turn the output shaft and hold the input shaft, same thing if I hold the output shaft. I'm not sure what's all happening in there, but it seems to be moving smoothly. So I think that's a good thing. Alright. More fluid on here. Now what's going to have to happen is the front pump has to go on here. Not quite ready for that yet. So I'll get back to you when I have that ready.